Good evening, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. As you can see, the beer I have this week is Snowbird's Juicy IPA. A little bit different. Last month or two throughout the summer, I've basically been sticking my hand in the fridge and whatever I get, I get. This week, I actually know what I'm getting, and this is a beer that my neighbor gave me for my birthday a couple days ago, and I'm going to give it a try. I've been wanting to try it, and I've just been putting it off, so tonight's the night. A little bit about the beer, Snowbird Juicy IPA, considered a strong beer at 6% alcohol. The name of the brewery is Gahan, G-A-H-A-N. I've heard it pronounced Gahan and Gahan, so go with that. It's out of Prince Edward Island here in Canada. That's one of our maritime provinces. My understanding, it started in PEI in 1997 as Murphy Brewery, I believe, and then in 2000 it became Gone some house brewery or something like that, and then a couple of years later they just went with Gone Brewery. Could be wrong, but that's my gist on it. The last couple of years, my understanding again is they've expanded to other maritime provinces. Unfortunately, not Newfoundland. For any non-Canadians, basically the maritime provinces are Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and PEI. A lot of people include Newfoundland and Labrador with that, but we're not part of the Maritimes. We are, however, an Atlantic province, which includes all four. Says loads of hops combined with a soft mouthfeel and mild bitterness to give the impression of tropical juice fruit, and it is in an exotic location. So this should be interesting. Now, IPAs, Indian Pale Ale, for anybody who's not aware, I've mentioned it previously. Basically, Indian Pale Ale came about years back, probably a century or two ago, where the British were in India, and with British soldiers in India, they obviously wanted beer. However, the problem was that the Pale Ale at the time, by the time it left Britain and got to India, the beer was no longer any good. It was gone bad. So what they did, they increased the hops, and the hops were used as a preservative, so it would make the voyage. And that's how Indian Pale Ale became, how it came about. No other information, so go away now. Prince Edward Island Brewing Company. I've seen that before because I've seen Gahan Brewery or Gahan Brewery and Prince Edward Island Brewery. I assume it's the one and the same. I don't know how it actually works, why they use two different names. So if anybody can enlighten me with that, by all means, let me know. I know there's a couple of viewers from that area. Alright, I've already given my glass a cold water rinse, but I'll do it again. That's basically, once again, just cool the beer glass down, get rid of any dust. Now, if anybody follows me on a regular basis, IPAs, I don't mind them, but if they're too hoppy, I'm not a big super hop fan. And I know some people, they love hoppy beers. Me, I can take them or leave them. But if they're too hoppy, like double IPAs, I have a tendency, I don't mind them, but it's not something I'd sit back and have a couple of. Alright, so got a little bit of a cloudiness. So I would assume this is an unfiltered beer. Quite a bit of head there. And it definitely got an IPA smell. What I mean by that is you can pretty smell the hops. Alright, so let's give it a taste. You can get a lot of taste here, as I got mostly foam, but I can definitely taste the hops. If this was a blind taste test, I'm pretty sure I'd know right away, okay, I'm drinking an IPA. Like I said, some people love IPAs, I can take them or leave them. Yeah, they said tropical fruit juice. I can kind of get that. Soft mouthfeel. Mild bitterness. I've had a lot more bitter IPAs. I'm not sure if I would go as far as saying it's mild. But like I said, I'm not a big hoppy beer drinker, so. A little bit of an aftertaste, not a lot, but it's definitely there. To give it a rating, my ratings, as always, are out of 5. A 1 being a drain pour, don't like it, can't finish it. This isn't that. A 2 being, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I'll finish it. This is better than that. A 3 is a good beer. It's kind of where I'm leaning. A 4 is a very good beer. I'm not sure if I'd go that far, and a 5 would be the best beer ever. And I also do half increments, so I'll do like a 2.5 or 3.5, but I don't really go other than that. So it's either a full point or a half point. For this one, I'm leaning towards a 3. Now that could go up or down a little bit. 6% alcohol. Normally the stronger beers, for me, I kind of drink them and I know they're a strong beer. This one, I don't really know if I'd be able to simply drink and say, oh yeah, it's a strong beer, just from the flavor. It's not a bad beer by any means. As far as IPA goes, it's probably one of the better ones I've had. With that being said, I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. So that's in between a good beer and a very good beer. So yeah, folks, that's my rating for this week. Hopefully you can join me next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to try next week, but hopefully you can join in and find out. So there you go, folks, for the Gahan Snowbird's Juicy IPA 3.5. There you go, folks. Hopefully everybody's doing well. During the pandemic still on, September 9th. Hopefully everybody's taking care of themselves and their family, washing their hands, social distancing, and all that fun stuff. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.